Hey, it's Mark with Mark's Virtual Real Estate Channel, and I'm back with another Upland video. And today I am pretty excited about what is happening in Upland, or actually what is happening around it, which I think can make the game way more fun, give it way more utility, and give a lot more content for my channel too, because it could have a lot of interesting implications with the game. So, Upland is a virtual real estate game where you can buy properties, trade them, build on them. They've had recent city releases in Berlin and Sao Paulo and London and a lot of different stuff going on. They've been introducing cars, which their last car sale did not go very well, go-karts, just stuff all over the place. So what I loved about Upland was the real estate side of it and buying properties, trading them, renting them, flipping them, and that aspect of it and minting them. So I've been critical of Upland and their last city releases. I didn't think they were as fun as they could be. The first London one was okay, but the rest have been just kind of small. Sao Paulo was the second release on a very small city, and I've wanted them to go back to big releases. I don't know if they'll ever do that. But what is kind of cool about Upland too, and I've talked about this before with our lazy nodes, like we have a node in Neponset and Henry Ford. We're doing a contest right now helping someone build their building, which you can see right here, Mr. Croy, who is generous enough to donate some statues for other contests we did. So if you want to donate some spark to him to help him get his build done faster, that would be awesome. Then we'll do another contest. But just like the contests and nodes where we've built lots of buildings, as you can see, there are things users can do and players can do to make Upland more fun. So it's not all up to Upland to do everything. We can do a lot of stuff as well. And that brings me to what is happening now in Upland. And that is Kingdoms, Upland Kingdoms. And I'm in Dallas right now because that's where one of the Kingdom development shops is. And Kingdoms is like a secondary game that is attached to Upland. You have to be an Upland player to use Kingdoms, and your properties kind of in Upland are used in Kingdoms, and you can earn UPIX from Kingdoms, which is very interesting. So I think this could be a really cool addition to Upland and could help properties have more utility, users have more fun, and really bring a lot more people to the game. We'll see how it all works out. So there are some drawbacks to Kingdoms, and I'll talk about those. But so far, I have been playing it. I have built a little kind of civilization. It's been a lot of fun. I'm not one that plays a lot of games. I play Upland, that's about it. And so it's pretty cool to see them doing that and interchange it with Upland. So we'll talk about that in just a second. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about too is I applied for my shop again. So as a lot of you know, back in March, I think it was, Upland sent me an email saying my shop had been approved in Neponset for FIFA, which I'm not that excited about now anymore, that FIFA is pretty much done. But they never sent me another email. They asked me to send them graphics, which I did. Never got any response, never got anything at all. And then last week, they sent me an email saying I needed to go to Queens to their town hall and apply for my shop there and submit my graphics again. So I did that, submitted my graphics again, and now I guess we'll see if anything happens there. But it's been pretty disappointing seeing how they handle the shops too. So the email seemed pretty clear. They had approved my shop. They just needed graphics, and then 4 months later, I get an email saying I need to apply again. So we'll see how that works. I know some other people have gotten shops, and now that FIFA's done, I think a lot of people are thinking, wow, I don't think I want a FIFA shop. I want a different kind of shop. But hey, that's how it works. All right. So how does Kingdoms work? First off, I'm in Dallas because Kingdoms is just in Kansas City, Dallas, Arlington, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles. So, and you kind of pick where you want to start. You can start with some peasants and different stuff, and you can train them and do all kinds of different things. So Upland Kingdoms, this is it here, uplandkingdoms.com, wasn't developed by Upland. It was developed by Grombindel, who is known as Hornbrod in Upland. And I'll just read this real quick. A longtime player of Upland and an avid programmer, he has been programming in some form or another for Upland since 2021. It started with the creation of the original Upland Optimizer. His team then won inaugural Genesis Week hackathon in 22. Afterwards, he's approached to help develop the back end for the rebirth of UPX World. With the development and release of Upland Kingdoms, he has kept his hackathon promise to produce new value in Upland through gamification. So it's not really Upland doing this, it's kind of a different user who's programming it to use with Upland, but they're definitely partnering. So, Upland Kingdoms, you play as a medieval lord with your realm being properties that you own in Upland. Your job will be to turn the wilderness into a thriving fiefdom. Everything you do to improve your properties are linked to that property, so if you sell that property or buy one in Upland, all the improvements and peasants will pledge fealty to their new lord. What can you do as a ruler? Harvest resources, grow crops, construct buildings, sell goods at market, and trade with other players. So, what is pretty cool about this, they've got a quick start guide, and they talk about all the different things going on here, is you can utilize your properties now, right? Like the only utilization Upland had on its own is you can put cars there, you can build buildings on it, but you can only kind of have a shop in those buildings, or maybe a factory can build some stuff. But you have to be approved for those things, and it can be a tedious process. But this is actual utilization. You can harvest trees, you can harvest game, wild animals, berries, you can build different buildings on them. You have peasants you can attract to your property. You can train those peasants to be woodworkers or miners or farmers. You can build farms on your land. There's all kinds of different stuff you can do. And it moves along kind of in every day is a half hour in real time. And there's different types of lands where there might be better for mining, like the mountains. There's hills where you can farm, forests where you can farm. You can use the trees to then turn into planks or firewood, which you use. All kinds of stuff that you can do. And so I have been playing it. It has been pretty fun. I don't have a lot of time, so but that's kind of how it's built, is you can spend a lot of time on it and really dive into it, or you don't have to spend a lot of time on it and you can just let things happen while you're away. So there's lots of strategy to it, lots of different things you can build, a farm, a mine, a quarry where you get stones and things for building, armory where you can battle, so is a way to attack other people and defend yourself too. Stockpiles where you store your stuff, a smelter turns iron to ingots, right? Ingots, blacksmith, a bower, cookpot, all kinds of things, kitchen, and there's brewery. So you can train people. There's a lot of things you can do there. And like I said, there's different types of workers, jewelers, hunters, miners, farmers, peasants. And so at first it's kind of a lot going on, but if you do the quick start guide, it kind of tells you how to probably start a farm first, get some food going, feed your people, and then you can kind of advance from there as you learn how the game works. So, so far, it has been pretty fun, and they do have a market where you can either sell things for coins, so you have kind of your own coins, silver, pennies, gold, in kingdoms, but you can also sell stuff for upics. So you have to, one of the drawbacks, which is a little annoying but not horrible, just like when you want to buy stuff at a store in Upland, you've got to be in that city, close to that development shop, I think it's up here, to sell stuff for upics. They do like this escrow, very small escrow thing, if you want to list stuff for upics on your site in Kingdoms, or in the market in Kingdoms, and then if you sell it, you do get upics in your account. So I have made a few $1,000s in upics selling some of my crops. It's been interesting. So there is a lot of different things going on here. And the other interesting thing, like if you read that before, if your property in Kingdoms, if you built a sawmill, for example, and you've got 10 peasants working on that sawmill, well, if you sell that property in Upland, the people who buy it will take that sawmill and those peasants with them in Kingdoms too. So they're kind of attached. So it's very interesting there too, and that if you do play Kingdoms, you want to make sure you're not selling properties that you need, or you might be adding a whole lot of value to them if you're able to convey that in some way, that this is what is on this property in Kingdoms. And maybe at some point, Upland will get to a point where it will list, this is a kingdom property with peasants and this on it. Might be kind of nice. We'll see how all that evolves. So, like I said, this is pretty cool in my books. I know I've been critical of Upland for some of the stuff they've done lately. I know this isn't Upland who did this, but obviously they partnered with them. They agreed to work with them. This could really, I think, be a game changer and really help the game evolve and bring a lot more people into it and make the properties worth more. I think the properties in these cities are probably going to go up in value, especially if you can mine on them. They have different potential to earn income. It could really change things, and they're planning to expand to different cities because, if it was in Queens, that would be amazing because some of how many people you have population-wise, how many people you can hold, your resources you can take is based on the actual properties you have. So I have tons of properties in Queens, mostly in Neponset. I don't know if Neponset, of course it might be a bog. If it was a bog, I couldn't really do much with all of my properties there. But I have other properties, lots of properties in the Bronx too. So we'll see how all this evolves and works. If you want me to do more videos on this, let me know. I can show you kind of some of the ins and outs of what I've been doing. But so far, I think it's a pretty cool development. So let me know if you're playing, how you've liked it so far. And we'll definitely have more Upland videos too. We're still doing the contest. Like I said, we'll have a new contest once that one is close to being built. And we'll see if there's any other new news in Upland as well. All right, thanks for watching. Be back soon.